In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to make the most money you can while door dashing. One of the most important parts of door dashing is location and time. So right now it's 10:30, which is not exactly a hot time in my zone, but I scheduled myself to dash from 11 to 2, and that's a busy lunchtime. First of all, you need to make sure you're in a zone. The hot spots, according to DoorDash, aren't exactly the best ones. So right now I'm sitting in a plaza. I've got Burger King, Giant Eagle, Wingstop, and there's somewhere else over here that I've taken food from. This doesn't show up as a hotspot on the app, but it's perfectly positioned between the two hotspots. So I'll show you a screenshot of the screen on DoorDash. This position gives me the best chance to get orders from either side, and that gives me a better chance to make more money. Now, the time aspect, you need to dash around meals. Right now it's 10:30, so it's kind of between breakfast and lunch. I'm starting the shift a little early. I scheduled for 11 to 2, that's the lunch shift. And then I'm off from 2 to 5, and I schedule myself again from 5 to 9. Those are the hours that work best for my area. You need to test your area. You need to try some 3 to 5 shifts. And you might only make $25 in those 2 hours, but you have to know what works best for your area. Another important part of door dashing, which I did not mention, is understanding that you can definitely be wrong. So usually sitting in this plaza, even at this time of day, is great for me. It has now been 30 minutes since I've been sitting here. I haven't even been offered an order, so I didn't even have the chance to decline anything. So we're actually going to move just a little bit. We're going to go down the street, more so where all the restaurants are that you might order lunch from. The weather isn't supposed to be great today, so I do think there will be a nice lunch rush, but have to pivot just a little bit. In a Hall of Fame case of irony, a video where I am attempting to teach you guys how to make a lot of money door dashing is starting off extremely slow. And it may have something to do with my rating. So my rating did just recently drop from...
Continue for 1 mile.
Sorry, my DoorDash was already speaking to me. So I didn't get an order for 50 minutes. Now that is a very long time. I don't think I've ever actually sat for that long waiting for an order. And my first order is not an impressive one. It's $7.50 for 2 deliveries. But the important thing for us to look at here is the miles ratio. So I'm only traveling 3.3 miles. I'm getting paid over $2 a mile, which is like some of the best you can get paid per mile. So that obviously is very good. Not a total that I like, but I've been sitting on my ass doing nothing for a long time. So gonna go pick up these 2 orders and deliver them. Hopefully we pick it up by noon. First of the 2 deliveries is complete. It was a hand it to the customer.
Continue for a half mile.
That always catches me by surprise. I drove it 1 minute down the road. So from start to finish, that may have taken 5 minutes. So I understand why it was such low paying order. And this next one is kind of the same thing. So really can't complain about not making much money because I'm not doing much work. We have picked up the Chipotle offer and we are taking it now to the 4th floor of some building. This job is not always fun. We are picking up ever so slightly. Just accepted a pretty high paying order, $13. I am driving quite a ways for it. It's $13 for 10 miles. It's going to take me out of this township and into the next, same zone, however. And sometimes that zone has more deliveries available, so...
Turn left.
Right, I shut her up. So what I will say about the longer deliveries as far as mileage is concerned is I won't do them if I'm only delivering... If you only want a DoorDash for an hour, you shouldn't be taking a DoorDash that's going to take you 30 to 40 minutes to complete. But if you're delivering for a couple hours and you're able to chew up 30 minutes for $13, because $13 per 30 minutes is $26 an hour. So if you can complete 2 deliveries like that, you're getting paid a lot per hour. But if you're only delivering for an hour, you got to kind of take the shorter ones, the ones that don't take quite as long. That way you can get more in and possibly make more money. Our Five Guys order was picked up. One of my friends was actually working in Five Guys, and talked to him for a little bit. This is actually a top payer, which I have never seen before. They are, it's marked as a top payer, and then they told me to take extra care and that they may tip heavier. I don't think I'm going to get any more than $13 that is already designated, but would be nice. I think we have made it to the point in the video where I may change the title and maybe call it the worst DoorDash shift I've ever had. It's not outrageous to say that. I clocked in 2 hours ago. I've made $20 and I haven't declined a single order, and the average wait time hasn't exceeded 2 to 7 minutes. So it's just been dead. I've done everything that you should do, you're supposed to do. I've been in the right areas. It's lunchtime. Sometimes with DoorDash it just doesn't work out very well. Sometimes you're gonna have a dead shift and you're just gonna have to go home. And it's not a job where there is a set hourly wage, and I'm very happy to not be in the restaurant industry like I was the last 4 years this summer, where my hourly wage is between $7 and $10, and the tips could be between $7 and $10 as well. This is kind of the same thing, but I'm going to be collecting a paycheck for the rest of my life, so I'm okay with some volatility at my youthful age. But I'm about 10 minutes from my house. I'm going to start driving towards my house, and if I don't get an order between now and then, this is just going to be kind of like a do as I say, not as I do kind of video. The tips that I shared early on, they were good tips. They've made me a lot of money. I've had shifts where I've made $27, $28 an hour. Today just wasn't to be today. I just gave that entire speech that I think I'm going to leave in the video. And I accepted an order. So it's a shop and deliver. However, I turned right at the bridge when I was supposed to turn left because I didn't get the offer until I already turned right. So we're going to do a U-turn up here at the Sheets. It's a $7 shop and deliver. I only have to find 5 items at Dollar General. Really not that difficult. And the guy's house, or girl, I don't know who it is. My bad, assuming their gender. It's less than a mile from Dollar General. So this is a pretty good order. $7. It's not going to take me more than 30 minutes to get right back to this point I am on the road. Hopefully we catch fire, get 3 or 4 deliveries, because didn't really want to only make $20 in this shift. Well, I forgot to film me shopping, but acquired all the items. The soap gave me a tough time because this Dollar General is set up so poorly that they have soap in 3 aisles. Hand soap in 3 aisles. The guy running it was very nice though, so shout out the cashier. We are just sitting in the energy drink aisle, waiting for a response because they don't have the right size. We got our energy drink situation sorted out. I wish I was able to override when I know it's something that I know the customer would be okay with, like their 8-ounce Monster or their 8-ounce Red Bull being the same flavor Red Bull but just in 12 ounces. But I had to wait for about 5 minutes in that aisle, and that kind of sucked. That's going to put this as our last delivery, which is fine because this house is only a couple minutes from my house, so won't have to drive out of the way to get home. In a video where I was supposed to show you how to make a lot of money, I made absolutely nothing. I got paid dirt cheap today. I clocked in, wow, was it 3 hours ago? Holy shit. I clocked in 3 hours ago. I sat in the parking lot for 40 minutes and did nothing. I took my first delivery, that took 35 minutes, made nothing. I had one good delivery, and that one took me way out of the zone. Not way out of the zone, but away from hotspots, had to drive back. It's been a shit show. Hopefully it's better tonight, which will probably end up being a different video. So this is going to be a nice short video. Hopefully you guys are able to pick up on the tips while also understanding that it doesn't work every time. Today my hourly is going to end up being right around 12, which is awful. But I didn't have to drive that far. So the gas expense wasn't too bad. But we're hoping for a better shift tonight.